Hello everyone, it's Alex here with Lucksack Games, and we're about to run Modern Tron through a league. For a quick rundown for those of you that have never heard of Tron before, we have Tron lands, which are Urza's Power Plant, Urza's Mine, Urza's Tower, which when all three are on the battlefield produce 7 mana together. And then we have 7, 8, and 10 mana threats that we cast. This version is running Thragtusk over Relics, since I expect more burn than graveyard hate. It's also trying the tech from the deck that won last weekend, where it was running Leyline in the board, but I believe Leyline's a 4 or 0 card, so I did not run 3. See how it works. Alright, so let's go ahead and play our league match. View deck, play league match. So you can see here, we've diversified the Nature's Claims. Instead of just running 4 Nature's Claims, we're also running 1 Deglamer and 1 Unravel. That is because of Chalice of the Void. We have 19 1-mana spells, so... Or 16 1-mana spells, so... Try not to get those counted. Alright, so let's join our first match. Won the die roll. That is an excellent start. 2 Tron pieces is nice, matching ones are not. Let's go ahead and mulligan. This is 2 not matching Tron pieces. We're going to go ahead and keep this, and we're going to go ahead and bottom Thragboard. Alright, so we don't have guaranteed Tron, but we do have a lot of looks at it. And I think this is an incredibly solid 6 against most of the field. Opponent's going to be on Infect, which is... Ooh, opponent's on Hardened Scales. Okay. Very unlikely to turn on this Opal this turn, but almost certainly we'll have access to it next turn. Yeah, Hardened Scales is a good one. This is where running 4 mana card in your deck is very good for you. Let's go ahead and add a green. Matching pieces, once again, never good. I'm going to go ahead and stir here. I could cycle once more. I am going to go ahead and do 1 more cycling here. Yeah. Alright, so Chromatic Star, Tower, green, draw a card. Wurmcoil Engine's reasonable, but not the best. Karn's going to be great if we just hit the last piece here. We did not. So we're just going to take a Sphere. And we're going to hope to just rip the Mine next turn. If we rip Mine next turn, we're in a really good position. If we don't, we're probably a little bit behind the 8 ball. Because we really need to kill this Steel Overseer. Mine? Yeah! See, true professionals just have it on top of their deck. Let's go ahead and slam this Karn on the battlefield. And take away their Steel Overseer. Alright, so they have a couple of lines to kill this Karn this turn, but I still think that's fine. Hitting Tron there was the only way I think we won this game. Thoughtseize is a little late, but we'll take our Wurmcoil away. What is our opponent playing? Black-green Hardened Scales, I guess? Interesting. Okay. So that Scrapyard's gonna go tutor, like, something miserable for us. So, go ahead and start by playing a Sphere and cycling it. Add a green. See if we can draw into 4 mana Karn. That is kind of our goal at this point. So since we're cycling this again, we're just going to go ahead and do it right now. Green. Colorless. Right, so I cannot play another Karn this turn. We're going to go ahead and hit them with this. We're going to Sylvan Scrying. And we can Blossom, but that doesn't really do much for us. Same with Ghost Quarter. I think Sanctum, so that we go get another threat next turn, is where we want to be. Alright, so they cannot currently attack down this Karn. Then it will exile something of theirs. White? I guess that's just because white's the first option on Opal. Yeah, Hangerback Walker's fine. So... let's see what we draw. Ooh. Alright. Yep. Alright, so the line here is going to be... let's just think about it for a moment. We have access to Ensnaring Bridge, which means that we can lock out all the 2-power attackers. We still have access to Inkmoth Nexus and can dump a few counters on it. I don't think that's that scary, but since we have this Karn... alright, so we're definitely casting this Karn. Go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and wish. So we can't currently activate any of their effects, which is definitely ideal. So with that in mind, I think we just go ahead and grab the Ensnaring Bridge here. Huh. I'm wrong. It's Walkie Boy. I'm just going to cast Walking Ballista. Very reasonable. Walking Ballista is a 3/3. And take this Karn up. We are actually going to go ahead and target ourselves to get this Forest out of our hand in case we do look towards an Ensnaring Bridge later. Alright, so I don't think there's a way that they can currently kill this Karn. And next turn we get to down-tick Karn, play Karn, down-tick Karn, get a bridge, and should be able to lock them out of the game. So, going to attacks here. Living at Karn, I assume. Yep. We can go and go to blocks. Block here. Karn's dying no matter what. Go ahead and block here. And I think we're just good with blocks. Because he's going to take 3. We can force them to activate Pendelhaven, I guess? No. We're good with this. Very possible that Ensnaring Bridge was the line there, but Walking Ballista should put in a ton of work as well. But it has their own Walking Ballista? Oh, Hangerback Walker, alright. Walker Boy for 2 is not bad. See what we draw. Map's not bad either, so 2, 6, 9, 10. I think the line here is exile this, float a mana here, play a map. Crack the map and still play a land this turn. Perfect. I think we just get Ghost Quarter. Leave up Ghost Quarter for the Inkmoth Nexus. Play another Karn. Tutor Ulamog. Okay, our opponent sees the writing on the wall and has conceded the game. So in this matchup, the ley lines obviously don't do anything, but these four do. A little sad that we're only on 3-0 stone. this is a matchup where it definitely shines. It is very unlikely you get to block with a Wurmcoil, but they are okay. Walking Ballista is amazing, but I think it's better in the board, as you saw there. Spyglass is probably not the best, but is fine. Relic's fine because it just cycles. Yeah, I think we're going to take out these Thragtusks. And probably one of our top ends. You know, I have a friend that plays lots of hardened scales, and he said that Ugin's very good, but I don't know, man. I'm going to go ahead and cut both of those and leave in. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and leave in the Ugin. I'm going to take his advice. He did do pretty well last time he played hardened scales at the GP, so let's go ahead and believe him when he said Ugin's fine. Alright, so this hand is turn 3 Tron plus potential interaction, so we're going to go ahead and keep. Opponent has mulligan to 6. Now, obviously, we don't actually have anything to do with Tron yet. That's definitely what we're hoping to draw into. That's a terrifying first land for our opponent to play. And there's the Ugin, so I guess, would this have been better as a Wurmcoil Engine is the question. So, mine, Sphere, pass the turn. We also have Deglamer, we have potential Scrying for Wasteland, whatever we need to do here. Ooh, Leap. Leap's a good one. But it's not an artifact, so they are really not turning on their Opal this game, are they? That was a stellar draw. That was... Well, we got kind of lucky on this one, guys. So, let's go ahead and shoot her up. Power plant. And we can yield through this turn. Alright, so we have Karn on 3 again. And that's good enough for our opponent. Alright, so that was pretty easy first game. Hardened Scale is generally found to be a favorable matchup. Yes, we'd love to continue winning die rolls and playing first, and having turn 3 Tron is pretty good too. Ghost Quarter in case it's the mirror. Although we're on the play, we still have to Ghost Quarter because we don't have Karn, we only have Ulamog. Although we do have the power to cast Ulamog on 4 or 5 if our opponent is on Tron and Stumbling. The opponent has a lot more stops set than we do because we're a sorcery speed deck, so... Cast our map. Pass our turn. Pass their turn, too. Alright, so let's find out what our opponent's on. Opponent might be on Dredge, might be on Jund. Looks like they're on Jund. So, they will take away our Sylvan Scrying, it's their only target. And see that we will have Tron on 3. They also see their only threat is Ulamog, which is fine. And we draw another threat. That's excellent. So our opponent knows that they can develop a turn 2 Tarmogoyf here if they are Jund, like almost certainly. Because we don't have a threat to play on 3. Oh my god, looks like their payoff is going to be a Liliana, which is very good for us. So let's go get our tower. Tower of Power. Alright, Karn off top. I mean, I will settle for a Wurmcoil Engine. I am not upset at all. So we're going to be able to go Wurmcoil Engine into Ugin, into if we draw any Tron piece, this Ulamog, which is pretty unbeatable draw in the play against Jund. Yeah. Opponent sees the writing on the wall. Opponents this league definitely coming to terms with their defeat much quicker than I expected. Do we? So it's my first time playing with Leyline of Sanctity in the deck. Is that a thing we do? It gives us more dead draws. Huh. An Ulamog. Thragtusk is insane. You know what? It's probably wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and trim on chromatics and bring in some of these ley lines. Oh, I only brought in 3. I only brought in 3 on purpose. I didn't want to bring in 4 because I definitely don't want to be top decking into that. This is what you just signed up for. Alright, so how shocked do you think our opponent will be when we put these ley lines in? The good news is, game 3, we get to take them out. Because so, we are going to put in 2. So we're kind of on a mull to 5. But hopefully we just put our opponent on heavy mull 2. Hopefully this pauses the shaking their head at Leyline of Sanctity pause. And not they're laughing at our useless card. That was an excellent draw. Go ahead and play out a map and pass the turn. So our payoff here is not our strongest payoff. It's just a Thragtusk, but hopefully that gets there. See what our opponent's doing. It's possible that they also, oh my god, they kept a hand with 1 land and a bunch of discard. These ley lines definitely were the crow. Well then, assuming our opponent does not play a second land and, you know, like Assassin's Trophy us and make our life miserable, we will be, I think we've won the game. See what our opponent has. Ooh, Alpine Moon's a good one then. Yeah, we just let this resolve. And we're actually going to go get Blast Zone instead. Name the one I don't control. Smart. Interesting that their hate is Alpine Moon. They correctly chose the card that was not yet in play. So we are going to go ahead and map, but we're going to get Blast Zone. And it's very good that we have this Karn as a payoff. Alright then, so we play the Forest out this turn so we can Sylvan Scrying for the last Tron piece. And then we play Blast Zone next turn. Alright, I'm in. Then do we even, like, pop the Blast? Yeah, we have to. We don't have to. But do we pop the Blast Zone, or do we just, cast Karn? We Assassin's Trophied, we're obviously casting Karn. But yeah, we definitely don't want to expose Blast Zone this turn to getting Assassin's Trophied either. There's the Assassin's Trophy. So we are going to float even though there's nothing for us to do. It's just, there's never a reason not to. Yes. Grab a forest. Alright. Yeah, it passes, of course. So our opponent's still on 2 lands. So it looks like they kept a 1-lander and got lucky ripping the Raging Ravine. They have Surgical. That's fine. So we are off Tron, but we get to play a Karn the Great Creator next turn. So they've taken us off Tron 2 ways. So this Blast Zone does not even matter to me anymore. I will just be casting Karn the Great Creator into Trinisphere if they don't make a 3rd land drop. So, let's draw. Go ahead and play out our Karn the Great Creator. making any color of mana with that one. And let's go ahead and wish. Since we do have double Leyline of Sanctity, whereas normally I don't want to wish with my first wish for a target that can be thought seized out of my hand, this time I think I'm fine. I also just think it's actually not Trinisphere. I think it's Liquimetal Coating. That way, even if they make their third land drop, we can start whittling them back down. Ooh, that was a good one. That's fair. Alright, so here, this guy, and I am going to go ahead and wish. And is it just Lattice? No, because now I can't activate. Yeah, it's not Lattice unless I have a way to remove the oof, which I do in the form of Blast Zone. Huh. Yeah, I'm grabbing Lattice. So the plan here is tick Karn up twice. One of the times we will be playing this Blast Zone and popping it. Goof Spig. Interesting choice. Alright, well that was great for us, so that's pretty decent too. But we have to play Blast Zone now. And definitely should have got Trinisphere by the way. 1, 2. Oh, we only have to add 1 count. We can do this. Liquimetal Coating. Uptick on Liquimetal Coating. Alright, we have a blocker. Pass the turn. We have a blocker, and next turn they won't have an oof. They did hit their third land drop, so that's... I'm sure they're ecstatic about that. We will be sacking Coating if they play Liliana, like as a no-brainer. Pulse on the Karn. Yeah, that's fine. Huh. I mean... we have more Karns. So, we're just going to take the 5 here. Sure. We are going to go ahead and put the counter on the Blast Zone, though. Just 1. Alright. What did I say? That we have more Karns. So, I think here we actually just play the Karn Liberated. And I think we're just going to go ahead and take away some of their mana. Okay. I think we just chump with the Thragtusk. Oh, Bob. Hello, Bob. Yep. So we're going to block here. Yep. Alright, our turn. So, start by taking away Oath. I'm going to play a Karn. I'm going to take away land from them. It's a real trooper to continue playing, because now I'm about to quell their 2 drops. I understand I lose coding, that's why I did it that way first. Alright, opponent's on 1 land, but has Assassin's Trophy Deaths, Surgical Deaths, and Alpine Moon Deaths. How could they lose the game? Looks like we won the match. Alright, match 3. Looks like Tron's still a pretty good deck. This is the deck I play in paper, and after this league, might be considering... you have to feel like the last few cards they had in hand were definitely discard spells. Because there's no way you keep 1 land. Well, that's not necessarily true. I guess they may have kept it because they had Assassin's Trophy Surgical 1 land, and they figured any 1 land slowed the game down enough that they'd be able to play a real game of Magic. Unfortunately for them, Tron does play a very good late game of Magic, and 6 and 7 drops are usually very castable against Jund. So that game played out about as well as we could have hoped. We had some pretty hot draws in the beginning there, with Thragtusk originally being our only payoff. I feel like we played that one okay, but we could have played it better. Alright, let's see what we're against now. I feel like I just played against this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. This is by no means guaranteed Tron by turn 3, but it is an O-Stone on turn 3, guaranteed. The floor, I should say. I'd prefer not to guarantee that I play the O-Stone on 3. Alright, let's go ahead and play a Star. Hope to rip Sylvan Scrying off the top. Interesting of note that we've won every die roll this league so far. It's not a bad one. Sylvan Scrying? Yep. But almost certainly Storm. Sylvan Scrying. We need Tron on 3 against Storm. Alright, well. We're just gonna hope to natural into it then. That was a good one. Power plant? Bummer. Alright. Any order. Let's go. Against some decks, the order you stack your Ancient Stirrings in might matter if you don't search your library again. But against Storm, we're very likely just to die, so. Thragtusk not being its best here, wishing it was a relic, real bad right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and add a green, draw a card. And we're going to pass the turn. Good news is if we do rip it next turn, we do get to put a Trinisphere into play, but I don't know if that'll be good enough. We're very likely just dead right now. Especially with the opponent passing with remand up. Map's a good way to fight around remand, that's for sure. Agua Planto. I don't believe I'm living another turn. I don't believe I'm living another turn. So, let's go ahead and sit back and relax and watch the Storm opponent kill us because we didn't have Tron on 3. Which is reasonable. We had Tron on 4, but we put the last piece in play way too late. Opponent was very nice as to give us a 4th turn, so that is fair. Yeah. Whenever the Desperate Ritual goes on the stack, you know you're kind of dead. Interesting. So it's just going to be a Grape Shot, Remand, Grape Shot kill then? Alright. Well, kill us, opponent. Kill me! No, don't really kill me. I was kidding. Just kidding, don't kill me. Show me the remand, opponent. Alright, we can concede. No, you're good, opponent. That will do it. Alright, so we will correct the mistake we had of not having this relic in our deck. Leylines, huh? So, a little more surprisingly effective than I would have pictured. Go ahead and trim here. Yeah, so... Leylines, huh? Walking Ballista, maybe, because we'll never tutor for it, but eh. Yes, we'd like to play first. Yes, we'd like to keep the hand that plays a turn 4 Tron with a Leyline. I think opponent is anticipating Leylines. I mean, Ugin's answer goblins, but so do O-Stones. Also, it's very unlikely they brought in goblins against Tron. It's potentially even possible that they cannot currently answer this Leyline. Leading on the mine here, even though I can't cast Ancient Stirrings on 1 because you can still natural into a Tron plus threat. You can never know if they actually have an answer to this Leyline because they always have the out of attacking with their duders. So, like, that was a great draw. So we're going to go ahead and play this Chromatic Sphere. And we're going to see what we get off the Stirring. So not even... Oh, God. Hit Power Plant. Yes. Alright, any order then. We have Karn Great Creator plus Trinisphere next turn. That should be pretty rough for them. And then we're going to Lattice them the turn after that. The problem is we're going to die game 3 on the draw. So, go ahead and do this. So we're not going to be able to Lattice them afterwards because they're going to attack the Karn, but that is fine. Let's go ahead and grab 3-ball, play 3-ball, and we're going to pass the turn. Alright, so I'm kind of sold on these Leylines. They have been literal all-stars. Opponent has 3 lands, so they may cast exactly 1 spell, so if they wish to kill our Karn, they can. It will cost them 3 mana for a Grape Shot. Nope. Well then, they're going to have a bit of a hard time killing it now. So, We can make it into a creature, but then it's boltable, but I guess that's fine. So, this is my Trinisphere. Land. This is my Karn. I was going to play the Wurmcoil, but I just feel this Karn's just going to be better to get down. And go ahead and take away one of their lands. No, we're not going to get in there with Trinisphere. Getting in there with Trinisphere does tap it, which, if you don't know, as long as it remains untapped. It does have to remain untapped for it to be able to do anything. I'm going to send both these at Little Karn, which is fine. We get to keep Big Karn. So they can still kill this now with a Grape Shot, but once again, I still think this is fine. So last turn they'll be able to kill it with creature removal, because it will never be a creature until we draw potentially another Karn. And it looks like they don't have that, so let's see, draw. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Karn here. Going up to 7 should be pretty hard for them to do anything about it. Another land. Alright, so they had a pretty land-heavy draw. Let's go ahead and play this map out. It does cost us 3. Go ahead and play out this Wurmcoil Engine. And then we'll play Forest and crack the map. Probably getting Sanctum of Ugin. I don't feel Blast Zone or Gross Quarter does very much at this point. And then Karn will take away 2 of their lands and they'll be locked out of the game. So let's see what you got, opponent. You get 1 spell this turn. And it will cost you 3 mana. And it's Manamorphose. That's kind of cute. Alright, your turn. Manamorphose, unfortunately, not a ritual when it costs you 3 mana. So, lands are pretty good for our opponent still here. Our opponent paid costs and then conceded the game. Okay. Anything different we want to do on the... I think since they saw ley lines, we have to bring back in the Ugins. And they're going to have answers to Leyline of Sanctity now, which is kind of hilarious. I'm actually going to go ahead and leave in 1 Wurmcoil and cut a Karn. Or Ulamog. Other big fatty fat. Yeah, man. We're probably not dying on 3, which is a good start. We can rip any Tron piece to play a turn 3 Wurmcoil, which is the worst of our threats, admitted. Hey. Playing a dude on 2. Yep. This one has less points of power. Pretty reasonable draw. So we do have to play the Force instead of the Blast Zone if we want to do that, but I think that's okay. I'm going to grab mine this turn. Keep in mind, this Leyline is not the end-all be-all. They can still very likely kill us in a turn or 2. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and crack this. Get mine. Huh. Play mine. Play Scrying. They probably have Remand. And then we'll have to play Sphere Pass. If second remand, this is really bad for us. Oh, wow. Okay. Because remand does draw our opponent 2 cards and let them cycle through a card as well. The next turn we get to use this forest for Chromatic Sphere, so if we get natural Tron, we still have Tron. Opponent's going off here. This is probably Goblins, which is the most answerable. Yeah. Those don't even attack us till next turn. Opponent does not know we have the O-Stone, I guess, so that's fair. Natural? Not quite. Okay. So we can still hit it, and we did. So let's just go ahead and do that. Do you have remand opponent? But as remand, we just play it again, obviously. They do. Opponent's hand was very good this game. We're going to play it again, obviously. And we're also going to be able to sneak out map here because we can't use O-Stone anymore. So that's kind of great. Alright, so we have no effects or abilities, so we should just yield through their turn. Alright, opponent has 3 cards in hand, 2 cards in hand. Looking pretty good for us to not die this turn. 10, 11, 12, 13. They have to deal 5 more points of damage. Okay. Leyline's obviously bad. So we're going to go ahead and grab another tower since nothing in our hand currently triggers Sanctum of Ugin. We are going to go ahead and blow this O-Stone. And play another one. Pass turn. Hopefully they're just sandbagging a dude and we're hoping to be able to attack in a few times. Oh god, this is miserable for us. I think we died. I think we died. Huh. I think we should have Wurmcoiled instead of stoning there. Oh. Two cards put in your graveyard. Alright, well. Those. Anamorphous doesn't make mana without a dude. Mind you, if they have a dude, we're dead. They have a lot of land. Alright, so they don't have the guy yet. Their opponent's passed him. So we're gonna sit back and relax and see what happens. Storm count is lethal if they find Grape Shot. Maybe they just drew into Grape Shot. That's fair. Doesn't quite look like it though, because they're still trying to go off, so let's see what we got. We can fade another turn or two, we can get in with Wurmcoil, and then the game should be a little bit out of reach for them. I have no idea what just happened to Braid. Okay. That's reasonable. So 20 goblins. Ah, we didn't draw the Ugin. Alright. So I guess we shouldn't have played out the O-Stone there. Alright, well played, opponent. We're going to cast this Wurmcoil Engine. And then concede the game. Well played. Alright, so falling to 2-1. I feel like I definitely misplayed that game, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Opponent going very large with the goblins, which was unfortunate because if they had made let's see, block 1, and then we have 11 life, so we can survive an attack for 11 goblins, which means 10 goblins, so 5 spells. Yeah, they doubled that, so alright, droid man. See if we can win another die roll. On it. Hey, we did. We'd like to play first. We're very glad that you're allowed to mulligan in this game. This hand's probably fine. Oh. It's just done. I can't play lands during your upkeep. There's some sort of cool little logo here. I think it means he's a champion of something, but I don't know Moto too well. I'm mainly a paper player, and this is the deck I play in paper. We're going to try and slow down and think about our plays a little more, because I think if we had played the Wurmcoil there the first time they emptied, that they would have been committed to making more goblins, and then O-Stone just won us the game. Instead, since we took away Leyline, they were able to cast gifts, since unfortunately you can't cast gifts if Leyline's in play. Heavily pausing during my upkeep. Wonder if opponent is just playing a really fast deck, where they don't care about the clock, or if they just stepped away from the computer. Let's find out, shall we? Is it the mirror? Are you on Tron lands, opponent? What you doing? What you even doing with your life? Best off the top here would be Sylvan Scrying, or Boggles. Hello, Boggles, not Boggles. Company. Rather, it was Boggles. Alright. Natural? Natty Tron? That's a forest. Also a 4 in our deck, so that's a little frustrating. Alright, never mind. I take it back. Not frustrating at all. I am not even the slightest bit mad. So, the line here is very likely just Karn, grab Sorcerous Spyglass to name Devoted Druid. Interesting, this also gives protection from colorless, because that means protection from Big Karn. Ooh, Stoneforge Mystic, huh? Alright, I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can dig it. Ooh, that was an aggressive line. Big Karn here, I just could take away your Stoneforge Mystic, right? Alright, so we're gonna play Little Karn here since we have Ugin as the follow-up. Gonna wish. Yes. I'm gonna grab Liquimetal Coating, because that's gonna force them to pop it, put their thing in during their upkeep. So we do have an upkeep stop set for them. Perfect. Take away the ability for them to do that. So if they don't have another land in hand, they have to choose between putting it in now and not putting it in until my turn. But shutting them off the land here seems pretty productive. Additionally, if we get to untap with it, we have a Stone Rain Gatling gun, while we also have Ugin to clean up the board. Protection is like invisibility. It's great against guns and terrible against nukes. Alright. Scrib Ranger, huh? What's the equipment to? Better? Sort of Feast. Sure. You don't want Karn Tutor again. He's just gonna Stone Rain you next turn. Yeah, that's fine. Do you think this is a concession, Ugin? I think it's probably a concession. So, as much as I'd love to take away their white source, I do want to take away any chance of them having a creature. Yeah. So the plan here is we're going to Liquimetal Coating that. So they'll still have their white source, unfortunately. They can float their blue. Post-combat opponent. Spectral Sailor. Oh look, we got him to commit another threat to the board. That's gonna make our Ugin so much better. So we're gonna Ugin for 2. Oh, yeah. Opponent sees that they fell into our trap, so interesting Bant flash deck, I guess. So these ley lines are completely dead here, obviously. They probably are an Aether Vial deck, but yeah. Not worried about Nature's Claim. Most of what our main game plan is pretty decent here. Especially like Ugin's, and once again, wishing we had the 4th O Stone. So definitely a consideration that we should be running probably the 4th O Stone. What if our opponent is a Soul Hoarder deck? I mean, it literally doesn't change how we play the game, but just out of curiosity. Looks like they're just some sort of Bant Blade deck. Once again, winning the die roll, definitely the way to win matches. Because if our opponent had been on the play, they had been able to die to our Ugin a turn later. Yeah, Ugin's kind of a beating for their deck. Which means that I do expect lots of counter spells too, like Disdainful Strokes, which literally hit every threat in our deck. I guess not this one. Once again, O-Stone. MVP. Should really give it the recognition it deserves. Alright, so we will be on the draw this game. And we're throwing this one back. Blink. Taking a look at this one, we're going to throw this one back too. We're not happy about this one at all, but we do have O-Stone, and we're going to go ahead and keep it. Not greedy enough to bottom 2. I did think about it for a minute. We are going to lead off on the Expedition mount for sure. If they're devoted blade, which is very possible as well, that's not great for us either. Noble Hierarch. Surprising to see that magic card. Alright, we're hoping to Lucksack into any Tron land not named Urza's Tower. So that is Power Plant and Mine for those of you listening at home. Let's see what we got here. Sure. Alright, Shocked in a land. If they are on Devoted Druid, it's a good chance we die before we ever make a relevant game action. So let's collectively hope they're not on that deck. I wonder if they're considering Night of Autumning our map. Pretty reasonable line. They've stopped considering it, whatever it was. What is it, opponent? What have you? Okay. Scrib Ranger. Fine. Ooh, Sir Teaglesworth. Oh, Stone. Am I right? Am I right, though? Oh, Stone. Alright. I am one happy boy. I am a happy boy. So if they were considering Night of Autumning, they are sad they didn't now. I am happy they didn't, if that was their line. Teaglesworth is an incredible magic card that's very good. It's possible they'll still have Spell Queller, and if they do, then we will need to, we don't want to auto-yield because they might still have Destruction or whatever. Opponent should only attack with Teague, yeah, that's fine. So opponent can play something that costs 4 this turn, because 1, 2, 3, 4. Not what they've got. Yes, I have to do all these yields because I want to make sure I crack my map. Want a map. There's actually a chance that we actually don't even play out the Oblivion Stone. Yeah, I think the line is actually we don't play the Oblivion Stone unless we draw another Oblivion Stone. Because if they were considering Night of Autumning our map, I don't want us to be able to Night of Autumn the next thing. Yeah. Fetch pass, huh? Alright. Well, I'm not sure what their flash threat is, but it exists. So mine, it's all mine. Click? Ooh, is it click? Fencer! I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Alright, so Chromatic Star. Last one also an answer to their 2 drops. Go ahead and take the Wurmcoil Engine. And we're going to go ahead and run Wurmcoil Engine to Oblivion Stone, assuming that they don't have... If they are the Soul Hoarder deck, we have lost the game. Because Soul Hoarder plus Venser is a lock at this point. We do not have a way to cast a spell. That's 5 a turn. Can we pour one out for my man, Oblivion Stone? Like... I just play Blast Zone, right? I'll also take care of Teague, which is pretty convenient. Japanese not the kind of draws I like to see. Well, that increases the damage they do this turn. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'll still only be able to hit me for 3 next turn. Seems fine. Yep. Alright, so we are dead next turn. Alright, so let's see. I don't think there's a way we're not dead, but let's do a quick check. They're gonna attack us for 4. Let's see if they try and get. For those of you asking why we're not casting Wurmcoil Engine, this. Nope, we are dead. Okay. Alright, so we'll take game 3 on the play. I hate having to bring in Nature's Claims against these kinds of decks, but we have to. Walking Ballista is also fine to bring in now, because we know they have Teague. And we don't really care about Ghost Core. Right. Back. I would like to play first. I'd also like Natural Tron and for my opponent to die quickly. I'm going to keep this. It's 2 out of 3 of our Tron pieces. This cycles, this destroys a hate piece, and this is a Walking Ballista, if you need me to explain what all the cards. If opponent's going to mulligan some hate, narrow it down to 5. They're starting on 5. And we're starting with the star. They've got... Fortunate, they have a land drop. So... It's harder to get another green source. I'm just going to play the Walking Ballista. It's okay if we're a turn later anyways. This Ulamog can't come out on 3. What's more likely to happen is that they're going to play a Damping Sphere next, which I'm going to be very happy that I can Nature's Claim. See if it plays out that way. Opponent mulliganed hard. It looked like they were looking for Damping Sphere. Find out what their 2-mana piece of hatred is. I think it looks like the opponent is considering which one it is as well. They have chosen... We'll find out any second now what they have chosen. Don't we feel so smart, everyone? I feel pretty smart. Green source? Source? It's a green. The reason why green source is good, because then we can also cast Sylvan Scrying after we Nature's Claim. We do get 2 draws at it, because Chromatic Star does cycle. We have to wait and see what the opponent does, though. Very reasonable card to have drawn. So, give us a green. Blow that one up. Play out this tower. It'll be a little harder to attack them to death, but that's okay. We are really hoping to draw a green source map, yada yada yada. All the things that would help us assemble Tron. Natural power plant, obviously being the best. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, so we are going to have to pass the turn here. This game is slipping away, unfortunately. Arc's a really good one for them. I think I'm going to take another draw step at the land, because if I hit it, Ballista doesn't have to die to kill this Hierarch. Sweet. We're going to go ahead and Sylvan Scrying here. Looks like our opponent has Script Ranger, so we're going to stop doing our own end. Power plant is the missing piece. Sure. Your 2 mana 1/1 resolves. Okay. Find out if my Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger resolves. Doesn't really need to resolve. The cast trigger will do more than enough damage. Wurmcoil is fine. Alright, and we pass the turn. Opponent probably has paths in their deck, that's why we took away their white source. They found another white source. Probably gonna bash for 2 in the air. Or 3 with Exalted. Fine. And when we Ugin, they will concede. So it's a good matchup for us. Mid-rangey creature decks are kind of what you want to face when you're playing Tron. So there's no reason to draw it out. Let's just cast this Ugin so they can concede. Well played, opponent. Alright. See if we can end this 4-1. Kind of unfortunate we would have been undefeated if I had, once again, not misplayed during the Storm game, but, you know, I understand that I need to practice that matchup more than if I'm still making mistakes like that in it. I should probably also have slowed down and taken some more time to evaluate my lines. I was just so excited that they had goblins and I had the O-Stone to blow them all up. We won all 5 die rolls. That's fabulous. This hand is incredible. We don't want to get Thought Seized, but we'd really like to play against the deck we just played against, I guess. So we do have 3 mines. That's a little unfortunate. But to be fair, this would have been a good mulligan to 5, so see what our opponent's playing. Oh, let's say Myra means this Karn's probably not sticking around. Well then. Okay. We will pass the turn. Turn off our auto yields just in case it's something that can destroy our map. Ah, they're Death Shadow. The unfortunate part of that is the great news is game 1 they have cards like Fatal Push in their deck. The unfortunate part is that's not in their hand, it's in their graveyard. And the other unfortunate part is they have Stubborn Denial. So the opponent's going to opt. Wonder if they just need to hit their second land drop here, if they already have it, or if they're looking for disruption. That's A, B, or C. Alright. Here's hoping they Thought Seize us. Yep. Oh my god. Opponent kind of has a Dream Draw over there as well. Now, is it going to be Thoughtseize or Shadow? It is Shadow. As a 5/5. Alright, don't get too impressed with their opponent to forget to crack our map here. Grab a power plant. Let's go and get Karn down. And we have to get rid of their threat. There's really not much to it. They can very easily have 2 Death Shadows this turn. 2 Death Shadows plus hold up Stubborn Denial would obviously be just win the game, basically. A little sad I can't take away their land, because, you know, I do love Stone Raining people. But, I think that's fine. Opponent's gonna bolt the Karn. It's fine. Opponent, what if we had another Karn? Oh, meant to play around Stubborn Denial and then didn't. Yes. Wurmcoil Engine's good enough against Death Shadow, but Ulamog is just going to be lights out. And we already have the mind against him. Alright, we're good. So meant to play around Stubborn Denial and then punted by going, oh, I can cast my 1-drop. Should have just flowed the mana, cast Karn, and then when it resolved, cast my 1-drop. Bad sequencing there. Note it for next game. Alright, so good news about them is they're not really an Assassin's Trophy deck, but they are a discard deck, so, Leyline of Sanctity, how does it feel to be so hot? There's those. Leyline of Sanctity's been nothing but good. Oh. Leyline of Sanctity, protector stuff. Let's go. Tron pieces and a Leyline. I'm in. Keep. Free game effect. The good news about this, too, is if the opponent wants to cast Thoughtseize to get their life total lower, the only target for the card is them. Karn's a reasonable draw there. We really wanted to draw a map, but that's okay. We really hope that they kept a discard heavy hand, but it doesn't look like it's going that way. Ripping it naturally would be fine. Even a map on this turn would be great. Ooh, getting to play Death Shadow this turn for our opponent. Pretty good. Don't have it yet. Alright, we're just hoping to rip a mine next turn. 4-51. Never tell me the odds. Let's go. Oh, that's great. They unfortunately chose the one we don't have in play, so we can't quite cast Thragtusk yet. That's great to note. Their hate is Alpine Moon as well. I actually really like Alpine Moon in these decks that can really provide a clock. Because all it needs to do is buy them a turn or two. That's all Blood Moon ever did anyways. Especially against O-Stone and such. But when it buys him that turn, it's good. But Still hasn't quite found a threat, apparently. And we found an Oblivion Stone, so their hand is probably a bunch of discard spells. Stubborn Denial on this would not be surprising at all. Nope. Which getting close to discarding hand size anyway, so. Once again, map here is still a very good draw, because even if mapping for mine is still mapping for a colored source currently. Alpine Moon's got our back, and we've got this Thragtusk. We want to draw lands rather than all these spells. Haven't found a Death Shadow? Haven't found a Death Shadow? Find out. Maybe they're considering Thought Seizing themselves? Ah, it's that Delve. Delve. That was a terrible draw. Alright. We can still win here. If they have Team or Battle Rage, we literally can't. So let's find out. Still not quite dead. We do have 3 of these. Smart on them. If they had named one in play, we definitely would have had more to do. That's fair. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and trim on Leyline for the last game. Let's go. I want this name too. I'd like to play first. Yes, I would. I will keep this hand. Curious if the opponent does. This hand is also Thought Seize proof, like it has a Leyline, in a different fashion. Fortunately, opponent also kept on 7. Let's go ahead and lead on this and pass the turn. Note that this is better than the chromatic it would have been. Alright, when they fetch, we get to yield through the end of the turn. Something I don't like about playing instant speed effects. You don't get to yield through your opponent's turn. People really underestimate the value of being able to just go, I don't have to do anything this turn. Yep, we got our Thragtusk. Don't mind me, just hanging a map. Drawing a card not next turn, but the turn after that would be pretty attractive. Oh yeah, by the way, we want to do that. Always activate your relics as soon as possible. You don't want your opponent to be able to sneak in a Gurmag angle. So since we still won't be able to do anything Tron-y next turn, since we still have to crack this map, we're not going to crack this relic end of turn. Mind you, if my opponent goes fetch Thought Scour right now, sure, I'll pop the relic. It's done its job. More likely the opponent's considering whether or not they thought Ceaseless at this point, because seeing if they know every card in their hand, which they do. Yeah. Opponent coming to the same conclusion. Alright, the only punishment for this is ironically drawing Natural Tron, so we don't want to draw Power Plant here. Alright, Ghost Quarters. Alright, so I think Ghost Core is just great. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. This is the deck that where not having Crucible is kind of punishing, isn't it? Let's go ahead and do that. Find out how greedy our opponent is. And we'll pass the turn to them. Yep. End of turn here, they're probably going to go fetch Thought Scour. Yep. 5, 7. They can cast Chromatic Angler this turn. I do feel it's more important we get Tron now. Yep. Cast your Chromatic Angler. You so much as cycle a Street Wraith, though, I'm popping this Relic. Displaying that they are not very greedy and playing multiple basics these days. Obviously, this is Wurmcoil Engine. Means we want to draw a Wurmcoil Engine. Take this power plant, please. Not this turn. Right? Yeah. So, play it, assemble it, pop this, A1. Pass the turn. It's the fact they didn't have Thought Scour there is kind of rough. So what the line here is we're going to go Sanctum, cast Karn, expecting Karn to get countered. Then what we're going to do is we're going to tutor Ugin and use it to take away, or Ulamog, and use him to take away their 2 threats. Might be one of those situations where it's bold of you to assume that you get the option, but hey, let's see here. Find out if our Karn resolves. Do not expect it to. So it will not. Stainful? Yep. Yep. Ulamog. Nope. We're also going to cast this map. Still doesn't, from our opponent's perspective, let us cast this Ulamog next turn. Okay. It's 14. Anything kills us. Light breeze and we're dead. What have you got, opponent? And cost. That can't be good. Gamer Battle Rage? Okay, command. You. Shocking yourself. Alright, the cute line. Sure. Well played, opponent. Alright, we ended 3-2. Pretty well played. by the opponent there. Kind of sad we punted against Storm, but definitely a good league. Thanks so much for tuning in.